we challenge the way we think so we can transform the. And before we even begin today, I want to say this honestly. The gaps between episodes are not because the vision died. No, life has seasons, growth has seasons. Healing has seasons. I'm not speaking to you as someone who has mastered everything. I'm walking beside you as a journey woman, still learning, still rebuilding, still becoming. I work, I study, I wrestle, I grow, I grieve, I heal. And I believe there's power in not pretending. So today's conversation is not from perfection, it's from movement. Today's mindset shift is this. Go is not we just get up and just move. No, go is permission. I want to come from a couple of talking points today. But before I begin that, how have you all been? What has been going on with you? Leave a comment, leave suggestions, something you would like to talk about, and let's dive a little bit more into that. But until then, let's get into why we're here today. We want to stop waiting for a feeling before we move. Many people think motivation creates movement, but that's not true. Oftentimes, movement creates motivation. God frequently told people to move before they felt ready. When Jesus told Peter to step onto the water, Peter did not receive certainty at first. He received a word and then he moved. Matthew 14-29. And he said, come. The permission was in the command. What have you delayed because you wanted emotional confirmation first? What if obedience unlocks the clarity for you? Talk about fear. Fear does not automatically mean stop. Fear can mean unfamiliarity, stretching, transition, or growth. Sometimes we call something not God simply because it scares us. But the Bible tells us in Joshua 1:9, be strong and courageous, for the Lord your God is with you every area, everywhere, wherever you go. Joshua 1:9. God did not remove Joshua's intimidating assignment. He promised presence in it. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is movement while fear is present. Have you ever been at a place like that? Have you ever been at a place where you thought that you shouldn't move, paralyzed you due to fear? In that situation, you have to be strong. You have to be courageous, whatever that looks like to you. And God often gives direction one step at a time. We want the entire blueprint. I know I do. I know I do. I am one of those people. But God often gives the next brick. Psalms 119 tells us, 1-5, your word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path. A lamp shows enough for the next step, not the whole highway. Stop disqualifying small obedience. Tiny, consistent movement changes lives. Delayed movement can become emotional paralysis. Sometimes we're not waiting on God. Sometimes we're hiding in hesitation. Exodus 14-15 tells us, why are you crying out to me? Tell the Israelites to move on. Today, if you're hearing this and you are wondering what's next for you, generate what I've said very often. You are not a tree. Move. Israel had a sea ahead of them and fear behind them. But God's response was move. There are seasons where prayer must become action. You can't just pray. You're going to have to pray and move. You don't need to arrive before you speak. 2 Corinthians 12:9 tells us, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Working full time, pursuing my goals, rebuilding my discipline, healing emotionally, and navigating naturally through grief, and still choosing to show up is not an easy feat. It is very hard. But honestly, I don't mind showing up. I haven't had any issues with the showing up piece for accountability and stepping into what I know is right, but the weight of it. Because although going is permission, there's weight with it. And what I mean by that is it has to be calculated, it has to be organized, it has to be purposeful. But if you've prayed about it and you've trusted God for so long for the things that it is that you want, just know that He has already prepared the place for you. Sometimes it is not you're waiting on God. Sometimes Is God waiting on you? Waiting on you to mean what you say, waiting on you to stop lying to you, waiting on you to give you a steady love that you desire, and waiting on you. Trust him with every detail of your journey. Honestly, consistency is built through returning. A missed day is not failure, and silence is not failure. Gaps are not failure. The real question is, did you come back? Proverbs 24:16 tells us, through the righteous fall 7 times, they rise again. And mature discipline is not perfection. It is a return. That line is strong enough to sit alone for a pause. Because sometimes you have to regroup. So go with sometimes trusting the process. And go with sometimes God trusting you with the process. God could force transformation instantly, but often he develops people through walking. And we see this in the book of Nehemiah. I'm in the book of Nehemiah now, and I adore this book. Nehemiah 4:6 tells us, so we built the wall, for the people had a mind to work. The wall was rebuilt while opposition, exhaustion, and pressure existed. I've been talking a lot lately about having a mind to work and rebuilding internally and strengthening my hands and asking God to do that for me, to help me as I go along. And Nehemiah shows the intentionality of when God places something in your heart, he will give you the strength to do it. And when God gives you something, he placed that thing in your heart. It does not matter how long it takes, Jonah. It does not matter. Cannot avoid it. You can choose to avoid it, but just like Jonah sat under the fruit in this book. He sits under the fruit. He's soaking under the fruit because God saved Nineveh. And did that pause God? Absolutely not. He went on and let him sit under that fruit. Think about it. But you have permission. You have permission to go. Just want to think about some other things here. When you are moving and when you are deciding and when you are gathering, what voice is leading you? Recently saw a clip. Well, it was the full sermon, but I saw the full sermon with Bishop T.D. Jakes, and he talked about moving forward. Moving forward despite opposition will give you more confidence as you go along. Standing still sometimes. Standing still sometimes, it sounds good. Sitting still, the Bible tells us that, and there are seasons for it, right? But while you are standing, Nehemiah tells us that the people were working the wall. They had a tool in one hand and a sword in the other, meaning they were working towards it, the goal, the wall. They were working towards it, and yet they were still willing to fight for it, to defend it. What is it that God has placed in your heart that you are willing to defend and still build the wall, which means you still have to have the tools to do so. Whether it is studying to show thyself approved, whether it is building relationships with people who also have familiarity with building a wall, or whatever the craft or the heart posture is that God has given to you. What is it that you are willing to stand with a sword and a tool for? You are not a tree. You can move if you don't like something. Move. Enjoy this part of the conversation because it allows me to reflect too on what God is doing. And do I have the whole picture? Absolutely not. I do not have the whole picture. I don't know what the end will look like, but I do know God's promise. And his promises are yes and amen, and that he has set out a day for me and it is good. Maybe the mindset shift today is realizing you don't need another sign to begin. Maybe the instruction already has permission given to you. Go apply. Go heal. Go walk again. Go write again. Go record. Go rebuild. I know at the beginning of the year, clearly heard, do it again. Go bigger. Go longer. Go stronger. Go again. Held on to that echo in my soul because I realized sometimes the instruction already was the permission. Go apply, go heal, go walk again, go write, go record, go rebuild. Not because you have everything figured out, but because movement itself becomes a part of the transformation. Popped up in here and it's kind of deep, but this is mastering the mindset shifts. We're moving together. I'm grateful we are. And I want you to take some time today to read Isaiah 30 and 20. And it says, "Do you turn to the right or to the left? Your ears will hear a voice behind you saying, 'This is the way. Walk in it.'" Do you turn to the right or to the left? My prayer for you and me today is that our ears will hear a voice behind us saying, "This is the way, walk in it." All right. So that's it for today. You know, I do not keep y'all for a long time, but for a really, really good time. Okay. So welcome. Come back. When I pop in, I'm coming with my sword. So be ready so you don't have to get ready. All right. Talk to you soon. And if you are a new listener, go ahead and follow us and let me know how you enjoyed this episode. It was so good having you here today.